So inside the new Ghosts of the Deep dungeon, there's a secret boss that you can fight that actually does drop loot for you. However, the catch is that you do need somebody in your fire team with the navigator. All the footage you're going to be seeing in the background gameplay for this video is me and a buddy helping my friend who got the navigator on their runs this week. We are helping him obtain the catalyst, and to do so, you're going to be fighting this secret boss. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So you load into the new dungeon with your buddy having the navigator ready to go get the catalyst for it, and you can go ahead and complete the really long entrance encounter, and afterwards you go ahead and head to the area where the collectible is in this area, and in the side room that's where a pile of dead ghosts are. Have the person with the navigator interact with it. You can interact with it yourself, however it's going to put a timer on you that you can't get rid of, so it's literally putting a death timer on yourself, so I don't really know why you would do that. But your person with the navigator is going to make their way to the thrall statue in the middle of the woods, and once they do that, that is going to spawn the boss, and you'll notice that the boss has 3 spots in his health bar. Because this boss is going to be health gated, you're going to fight him 3 different times. He's not going to regen any health, but you're just going to fight him throughout the dungeon, and his mechanic is pretty simple. It works like just the rest of the dungeon does. You spawn him in, there's then going to be some wizards and some symbols by those wizards along with a hive symbol in the air. Go ahead and kill the wizard that matches the symbol in the air. That'll then drop the pool that you can stand in to get the buff to pop his shield, aka piercing light. Once you do, you'll be able to knock him down to his first divot in his health bar. He is a little bit on the tanky side, so you may want to be somewhat prepared and not let this guy absolutely roll you. But after he teleports away, go ahead and make your way through the dungeon, but not all the way to the first boss room. There's something you gotta do beforehand. Alright, so the room that has the first secret chest in the dungeon also has the second thrall statue that you need to interact with once you find the ghosts. The dead ghosts are through the water area right to the left once you make your way through. Now, you are gonna have to run backwards through the water section. You have to do a little bit of platforming upwards. Now, this is Destiny 2, and it took us forever getting a mantle feature. In fact, it took us an entire new game for us to get a mantle feature, so you know damn well that this underwater area is not going to have a mantle feature, which means it can be a little bit balding. My headcanon is that mobility does affect your movement in the water. I can't confirm that, but it 100% feels like it does, and it can definitely be annoying if you have over half of your body and your character doesn't, get over the ledge, big dog, and you fall to your death in the methane ocean. And if you're doing this with a buddy or two, you're definitely gonna have to coordinate getting those bubbles when you guys are near each other. Otherwise, if you die, you gotta make the trek again. So just be a little bit on the careful side. Maybe put on some higher mobility, put on your movement exotic, and then eventually once you make your way through the water, you can go ahead and interact with the thrall statue, and we can go ahead and fight our boy Tholar, or however you pronounce his name, for the second time. Basically the same time as last, except this time you're looking for acolytes to match the symbol. Kill whichever one is by the matching symbol that you see floating in the sky to get the piercing light buff. And you're rinsing and repeating what you did in the first part from the archaeology woods. It's just that this time you're going to be fighting him for a little bit longer period of time, and you got to do a little bit more damage to his health bar before he teleports away. Once he does teleport away, you are good to move on and go ahead and kill the first boss. But do not go all the way to the final boss. There's something you got to do in between, and it's kind of important. The final hallway before the final boss with the giant ogre and the second secret chest is going to be your final location for this secret boss. One thing to note is that when you interact with these dead ghosts in this room, all of the enemies that you killed respawn. So you may want to travel as a unit together to dispose of some of this trash that's trying to get in your way. Because fuck them. We got loot to go get. And a catalyst if you have the navigator. The thrall statue is all the way at the very end of the room. But if you just try to flat out ignore all of the ads, they have a higher chance to kill you. So dispose of them before they try to dispose of you. Because that can be really annoying, especially when they're not even relevant to what you're trying to do. Now for the third and final time, we are going to be fighting our good old Alkalite buddy over here. And his mechanic is still the same. This time you're just looking for the matching knight so that you can go ahead and get that piercing light buff to take off his shield. And then this time when you take off his shield, that'll be the last time you do so, because there's no more running from this guy. This is the last time you're fighting him, so you're gonna kill his ass here. He doesn't have anything extra or special for the third encounter. He's just a really juiced up lucid hive, but whenever you do get rid of him, he will drop a bonus chest that will give you your bonus loot. And if you do not have the navigator, it's actually going to increase your chances of getting it, which is also pretty cool. So it encourages you to help your homie who did get the gun and you didn't. That being said, that is going to wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, do consider subscribing. You guys have a great day out there. Y'all be safe. We'll see you guys in the next one.